The Temple, the Tears, and the Dream That Never Died is the title of today's class. And you know that when people talk to the wall, they don't expect a response. There's one exception. There's one wall that represents the dreams, the tears that never died, dream that never died. The Western Wall is referred to, the full name is Kotel Hamaravi. That's translated as the Western Wall. In short, we call it the Kotel, or if you're Ashkenazic, it's the Kaisel. Have you been at the Kaisel today yet? And the question is there any difference between visiting the Kotel and people visiting other historical sites, the Colosseum, the Acropolis, and all the other famous historical sites where people connect to the history of Rome or of Greece or other major centers of life? So it's a rhetorical question. Obviously there's a difference. There's a very big difference. Most people, if not all people who visit those sites, are visiting ancient history. When we go to the Western Wall, we're not visiting history. We're visiting something that's happening right now. It's current and it's future, not just current. And that's the most important part of it. And so for us to understand that, I'd like to tell a little story they tell. It's probably apocryphal. And Napoleon was once passing a shul on Tisha B'Av, the day in which we observed the mourning for the destruction of the two temples. And he saw people were sitting close to the ground. The lights were dimmed, fewer candles than usual. People were crying. And he wanted to know what was going on. What were they crying about? And when they told him it's about the destruction of the temple, he says, well, when would that happen? Expecting them to say it happened just now. And they said it happened close to 2,000 years ago, 1,800 years ago. And according to the story, he said, if people could still be crying for an event that happened close to 2,000 years ago, then I believe that it will be rebuilt. Now the story is probably not, but they don't tell those stories about other buildings and about other incidents. The story reflects the reality that the destruction of the temple, yes, it was something that happened close to 2,000 years ago, but it's something that we live with every year. And it's not just living with because it's something that happened in the past, but it's something that is happening in the present and the change that we anticipate for the future.